Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Please, can someone confirm that they can hear me?
Good evening, sir. We can hear.
Yes, good evening. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Blessing, for joining in early. Thank you, on Omnon, Udochi. Thank you so much for joining in also. So we'll be starting class right about now, right? But we have quite a few people who are not yet here on call. So I'll be putting a call through to the group quickly. All right. The call was just a reminder to let people know that class has started. So moving on, welcome once again to class. We are yet in another class, another Sunday, and it has been an interesting journey so far, moving from week one and now down to week five. We are slowly coming to the close of the mentorship and internship program. It has been an intense 5 weeks of training under the health tech and law. It has been, I don't know how it has been for you, but for my end, it has been very insightful. I personally have learned quite a lot, and I trust you have also learned a lot as well. So today we'll be treating a topic called health business slash health tourism, health business and health tourism. And then I'm sure our mentors will be joining us very shortly and they'll be taking us through today's class. In today's class, okay, before we talk about the class itself, I just want to kindly remind us that the free Gypsy legal free clinic, we are still advertising for the opportunity for the free legal clinic for creatives, entertainers, athletes, innovators, and startups who want to who have issues or legal issues that they need legal counsel or advice on. You can get a 20 minutes consultation slot with our professionals, and then you can also get your contracts reviewed. That is if you have one. So Gypsy is offering this for free. You can reach out to me to you can reach out to me um, to to find out more details about it. And that's the registration link there on the flyer, right? You can also get the flyer from me. So I'll kindly ask that you do well to share with your friends, with your colleagues, and with also family, right? I really encourage you to take opportunity of this program that we have set up. And then moving on, just to introduce again our mentors that's our mentor that has been with us right from week one, and we hope he'll be joining us shortly. He's not yet here in class, but we hope very soon he will be joining in. That is Mr. Ebenezer Egwatu. Mr. Ebenezer, well, I don't think we need to introduce him any further than what we already have. He has been a wonderful and exceptional mentor from week one down to um, where we are right now. And then the next mentor in today's class, we're expecting a second mentor. The last, I think, was in week three, right? She was on the call, but she came in very late. So we expect her to also be in class today. Hopefully, we get to hear from her and we get to receive from her insights and knowledge. That is Dr. Omoye Erita, right? So I will not be reading her profile, saying that we already have, and I would just want us to go straight into the business of today. So we don't have any mentor yet here on call, right? I'll be doing well to reach out to them for reach out to them in regards to that. But then while we do that, right, I want us to just get ready to start the presentation already. Um, I think since the start of this program, specifically this class, we've been taking presentations first. Okay, for a while, not at the very beginning, but we've been taking presentations first. So please, I would like to kindly encourage, or rather say, the group presenter, if you're on the call, please, it's time for presentations. We'll be starting with presentations while we expect our mentors to join in. So, who is the group presenter? Who is supposed to present on behalf of the team for today?
Good afternoon. I'm the one
Um,
presenting.
all right. Good afternoon, Ogeneruona. Sorry, your name seems to just still escape me up to now. But then it's nice having
Okay.
you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So please, you can kindly try to share your slide and start the presentation.
Okay. Well, I won't be able to share my slide right now. I don't know if you could help me.
That's fine. I'll do that. So please, you can go ahead and just introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please give me 1 minute. I'm coming. I'm trying to open up the slide.
Okay, ma'am, thank you very much.
All right. Okay, it's coming up now. So just please be a little patient. All right. Can you see my slides now? My screen now. Can you see my screen? Group presenter, please. Are you with us?
I think our network is okay. She's online now. She's online. I think her network is fluctuating.
Oh, all right.
Can you just give her a minute, sir? I think her
All right. So
network is fluctuating.
that's fine.
Yes, sir. Okay, she's back now. She's back.
All right. Thank you. Yes. So the slides are on the same place. You can go ahead. You are muted. You are muted, brother.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm having a bit of network issues. So I'd like to proceed now. So good evening, everybody. My name
Good.
is Omokere Ogeneruna, and I'll be stepping in to for my group. So our topic for this week is health business and health tourism. The topic is health business and health tourism. And this research is a comparative overview. We focus on Nigeria. So we try to focus more on Nigeria for this topic. So the table of contents are as follows. That's on the next page. We have the introduction. We have health business in Nigeria, health tourism in Nigeria, health tourism as an international trade, key countries in health tourism, relationship between health business and health tourism, legal frameworks, challenges and opportunities of health business and tourism. So it explains what health business and health tourism is. Please can we get to the next slide? Thank you very much. So health business refers to the economic sector that encompasses a wide range of industries involved in provision of health services, products, and technologies aimed at improving or maintaining people's health. This includes healthcare providers, pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies, medical health insurance providers, health IT, and digital health companies. Basically, what health business is it, it's just take for example, you have a business, you're running a business, it's just that you run a health related business. So whatever business you run that is in relation to the healthcare system is referred to as health business. It could be down to owning the pharmaceutical industry, down to production of medical devices, down to health insurance and what have you. So that's it for a health business. There's a short note here that says that health business aims to deliver products and services that enhance health outcomes, improves patients' care, and addresses public health needs. So the next we'll be talking about is health tourism. What is health tourism? According to WHO, which is World Health Organization, health tourism refers to people traveling across international borders with the intention of receiving medical care. This includes medical tourism for surgical or treatment purpose and wellness tourism for preventive care. So, basically, what health tourism means, it's when you travel, like, okay, let's use the word tourism now. Tourism is traveling, going outside your locality to a place that is popularly known for a tourist as a tourist attraction for a particular thing. So when we dive into the discourse for today, we'll get to find out that countries are popular for the healthcare services they provide, like India. Most times when we hear about people traveling abroad for a health transplant, sorry, a heart transplant or what have you, the what pops into our head quickly is India, because India is popularly known as a tourist center for such type of surgery. So let's proceed to the next slide, please. This is talking about health business in Nigeria. So it just is we now want to explain how health business is carried out in Nigeria. And this sector, let me read what is here. The health business in Nigeria is a critical and expanding sector driven by the country's large population of over 200 million people. While the sector holds significant potential, it face challenges related to infrastructure, funding, and workforce shortage. The sector encompasses various key areas. So there are key sectors of health business in Nigeria. There are healthcare services, pharmaceuticals, medical devices and equipment, health insurance, health technology. So these are the major sectors that are under health business in Nigeria. So if someone wants to peradventure go into health business, these are various sectors you can decide to specialize in. So the healthcare service is divided into two: the public healthcare and the private healthcare. The public healthcare, like we all know, is it's under the big umbrella of the Federal Ministry of Health, and they provide hospitals for the general public. Like I feel each state in Nigeria should have a general or a central hospital in various in specific standpoints in each state, and doctors that are in almost every community, or should I say almost every local government in the country. So that is the public healthcare. That area is guided by the government in that regards. So the private healthcare plays a vital role, particularly in urban areas, offering higher quality services at a cost. So when we think of private hospitals, it's going to be very expensive. It's going to be costly. But then again, the healthcare service is divided into two in Nigeria, which is the public healthcare and private health. And there are some, will I say, popular hospitals that are training for provision of healthcare services, which are Reddington Hospital and St. Nicholas Hospital, which seem to serve with populations, providing specialized and advanced treatments. So that is it for healthcare services. The next is pharmaceuticals. So Nigeria pharmaceutical market is among the largest in Africa, with companies like Enzo Pharmaceuticals, Pitson Healthcare, providing a wide range of drugs. So pharmaceuticals is one of the sector, is one of the key sectors in health business in Nigeria. And I believe everybody that is a citizen of Nigeria ought to know Enzo Pharmaceuticals, even if they don't know it's a pharmaceutical company, but we all know of Emzo because of the popular paracetamol and Panadol. So pharmaceutical companies are companies that are into the production of drugs. So that is a sector one decides to venture into if they want to go into the healthcare, if they want to go into health business, and people that I feel like it is necessary for you to be a pharmacist before you can dive into this sector. So the next one is medical device and equipment. So the majority of medical devices in Nigeria are imported with limited local production. This dependency leads to higher healthcare costs and difficulty in accessing advanced medical technologies, particularly in rural areas. So sector or segment of health business in Nigeria, but it is strives to bring to our notice that medical devices and equipment are barely produced in Nigeria. So we have to rely solely on equipments that are imported. And this has really caused a great lacuna in the healthcare system because most times you go to hospitals and a general hospital, they tell you that, oh, they don't have, not all, but few general hospitals, or should I say most private hospitals, the ones that are not very big, they tell you that, oh, they don't have the machine to conduct such tests. Maybe you want to do a CT scan or you want to do an X-ray or something. They have to refer you somewhere else. So that has caused a lacuna in the healthcare system because if you go to a hospital that has all the equipment particular procedure, your costs seem to be reduced than when you have to go to this hospital to do a CT scan, when you have to go to this hospital for this, you have to go to another hospital for this. So it creates increments in costs in the healthcare system. The next sector of health business in Nigeria is health insurance. So the National Health Insurance Scheme, while designed to make healthcare affordable, covers less than 10% of the population. Private health insurance is growing, but penetration remains low, limiting access to healthcare services for most Nigerians. So, um, I don't know, but from my own perspective, I feel like health insurance is not something that is um all citizens of Nigeria. You actually have to belong to a class or segment of or group of people before you actually have access to health insurance. But I feel like most people that work in all these companies, they have access to NHIS. Probably you could be under a type of HMO, like either HMO or what have you. Then you have access to healthcare at a subsidized price, or sometimes you don't have to because a lump sum has been collected from your salary to foot the bills for your health insurance. But this health insurance, it's another sector of health business in Nigeria. So if one wants to prevention go into the health business, health insurance is a segment they can entertain. So the next sector is health technology. So health tech is a rapidly growing sector in Nigeria with startups like 54Gene and LifeBank offering innovative solutions in genomics, blood supply, logistics, and telemedicine. These companies are addressing gaps in healthcare delivery, particularly in diagnosis and healthcare accessibility. So health technology is a growing segments of health business in Nigeria, and these well, the name of this course is health tech and law. So we have gotten to understand that health technology is rapidly growing in Nigeria, and it has now taken over the world. So there are processes, there are companies, I don't know for Nigeria, but outside Nigeria at least, I feel they actually do printing of prosthetics and gene. They do all sort of things with technology on that healthcare. So let's move to the next slide, please. Next slide talks about health tourism in Nigeria. So I have earlier explained that health tourism involves individuals traveling to other countries to seek medical treatments or wellness services, driven by the availability of advanced care, affordability, or shorter waiting times. Globally, health tourism is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Nigeria will play a vital role in this sector as both a source of medical tourists and a potential destination for health and wellness service. So Nigeria as a source of health tourists, we have we have inbound and outbound medical tourism, but for this topic we will focus on outbound medical tourism because that is what is really practiced in Nigeria. So outbound medical tourism is when you travel, when you have to go somewhere else to seek medical consultation or medical treatment. So let me just read what is laid down here. Thousands of Nigerians travel abroad annually for healthcare, primarily to countries like India, the UK, the US, and the UAE. Common procedures sought in the common procedures sought include cardiovascular surgeries, cancer treatments, orthopedic surgery, and fertility treatments. So, reasons for outbound health tourism. The first one is limited availability of specialized care and advanced medical technologies within Nigeria. The second one is concerns over the quality of care and safety in local healthcare facilities. The third one is shorter waiting times and perceived better outcomes abroad. So I believe it is well known to all Nigerians that our healthcare sector is really down, and their services are really poor. So in few instances, when someone is wealthy enough or once they are being faced with some medical challenges to actually they have to seek the option of outbound medical tourism in which they travel abroad for medical treatments. And there are some countries that are really specialized in various treatments. We look at that in the next slide. But the next thing to discuss here is the economic impact of health tourism. So Nigeria loses an estimated 1 billion annually due to the outbound medical tourism. This represents a significant drain on the country's economy and highlights the gaps in the local healthcare system. So, due to the fact that Nigerians, or let's say 50% of Nigerians are facing some health challenges, have to travel abroad, Nigeria seems to, there seems to be a drain in the healthcare sector. The next thing to discuss is Nigeria as a potential health tourism destination. So, if um, if Nigeria's private healthcare sector grows to a great aspect and we start providing top-notch services, I believe Nigeria is going to become a destination like other countries for health tourism. So let me read what is laid down here. Nigeria has a number of high-quality private hospitals, particularly in cities like Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Some private providers, such as Reddington Hospital and Lagoon Hospital, are expanding their services to attract international patients, offering specialized care in cardiology, oncology, and fertility treatments. The next is affordability. So compared to Western countries, the cost of treatment in Nigeria can be significantly lower This affordability combined with increased investment in healthcare infrastructure positions Nigeria as a potential player in the regional health tourist market. So, due to the fact that, should I say, Nigerian's currency is very poor, and the fact that if we can have hospitals that provide top-notch services, we won't need to spend as much money as we will if we travel abroad, because we receive the service we receive abroad for a subsidized amount in our own countries. So the next one is wellness tourism potential. Nigeria also has opportunities in wellness tourism, offering natural treatments, herbal medicine, and wellness retreats. Locations such as Obudu Mountain Resort in Cross River State has the potential to become attractive wellness destination. So, I believe wellness tourism has to do with when you just travel to, I don't know, I stand to be correct. I believe it's when one travels to rest or have a great time, maybe in nature, because those sort of retreats in various resorts can be a form of therapeutic treatments for some conditions. And Obudikatu Ranch seems to be a good destination for wellness tourism in Nigeria. So let's move to the next slide, please. The next slide talks about health tourism as an international trade. So health tourism, also known as medical individuals traveling to different countries to seek medical care, wellness treatments, or cosmetic procedures. As an international trade, health tourism encompasses various services, including one, medical services, two, wellness services, three, travel services, four, insurance and financing, five, rehabilitation services, six, economic impact of tourism, seven, revenue generation, eight, healthcare investments. So the first has to do with surgical and non-surgical medical treatments offered by hospitals and clinics, ranging from complex surgeries to routine health checkups. The second one, which is wellness service, has to do with spa treatments, alternative medicine, yoga retreats, and holistic therapy aimed at improving overall health and well-being. The next one is travel services, which package deals that include travel arrangements and logistics tailored for patients seeking medical care abroad. So, rehabilitation service has to do with post-operative care, physiotherapy, and wellness retreats. One major importance of health stories is the revenue generation. So, usually when we think of tourism or a place that is a tourist attraction, we all know that that place generates lots of revenue due to the influx of people that travel to those destinations for the various services they offer. And that's good. And if health tourism is something that is worked towards or improved in Nigeria, I believe it can be a great source of revenue generation. So the next slide talks about top key countries in Nigeria. Sorry, top key countries in health tourism and their services. So the first one is India. India deals with surgery, orthopedic procedures, cancer treatments, and what have you. We have Thailand, Turkey, Mexico, Costa Rica, Malaysia, Singapore, South Korea, Germany, included here. So, but these countries listed here are the top countries that are popularly known worldwide for offering these services. So they are top locations for tourism in the healthcare system. So Thailand is popularly known for their cosmetic surgery and dental care. Turkey for hair transplants, cosmetic surgery. Mexico for dental care, weight loss journey, Costa Rica for dental procedures, cosmetic surgeries, Malaysia for fertility treatments, cardiology, orthopedic procedures, Singapore for complex surgeries such as hearts, or cancer treatments, South Korea for cosmetic, dermatology, and fertility treatments, Germany for advanced diagnosis, oncology, and orthopedic surgeries, United Arab Emirates for cosmetic surgeries, dental care, orthopedic procedures. So these are top key destinations for tourism in the healthcare sector. So this is an aside, but I believe that we are well aware that most persons that want to go into weight loss, they seek the alternative procedure of doing what do they call it? Is it a bypass or a gastric sleeve? So those surgeries now are not offered in Nigeria, or they are not popularly done in Nigeria. So people that want to go through that bypass procedure have to go to countries that are popularly known for offering services in gastric sleeves and what have you. So them traveling to another country to do a weight loss procedure is them participating in health tourism. So next slide, please. The next slide talks about relationship between health business and health tourism. Relationship between health business and health tourism. So health business and health tourism are two different there are two different sectors, but I believe they are interwoven, or they are linked in the regards that they they provide some services, which is revenue generation, quality enhancement, market expansion, collaboration opportunities, investment in infrastructure, training and skill development, service demand. So I believe that in I believe health tourism can also be seen as a form of a health business, because if one should decide to open a world class hospital that are going to have the best surgeons and have the best cardiology department, have the best oncology departments, have the best dermatology departments, and they decide to put the best hands and now put it into the market as a tourist destination for health or for surgeries in their various fields. It can in turn improve the country's economy by generating substantial revenue from the influx of people that go into the country for the services they are specialized in. So please let's move to the next slide, please. The next slide talks about the legal framework guiding health business and health tourism in Nigeria and globally. So in Nigeria, I didn't really see a plethora of laws guiding health business and health tourism. So I'll just stick to the ones we are well informed with, which is the National Health Act, the Healthcare and Related Matters Act, the Nigerian or National Medical and Dental Councils Act, the Tourism Development and Promotion Act, the Foreign Investment Regulations. So these acts or laws guides or directs or regulates the health business and health tourism in Nigeria. Then the next is global global frameworks that guide health tourism and health business, which the first one is the World Health Organization guidelines. So anything regarding healthcare or health business or what have you, anything to do with health, it is first of all regulated by the World Health Organization. But then again, when it's something global, we know that the the first the first regulation to talk about is the World Health Organization. So the second one is medical tourism industry standards. The third one is patient protection and affordable care. The fourth is data protection regulations. And the fifth is bilateral agreements. So these bilateral agreements could be treaties or like it is agreements that various countries or two or more countries come into to provide guidelines or regulations that is going to guide them when they go into partnership or venture in the health business or health tourism sector. So please let's go to the next slide. The next slide talks about challenges and opportunities in health business and health tourism. So, like every other thing, something must have an advantage and a disadvantage. So, the challenges being the problems of health business and health tourism as follows: regulatory barriers, quality assurance, cultural difference, competition, economic fluctuations, insurance limitations, ethical concerns. So these are the challenges that are faced with the health business and health tourism. Then the regulatory barriers, what is written here is navigating complex and varying regulations across countries can hinder the establishment and operation of health tourism services. The second is quality assurance. Ensuring consistent quality of care and services can be challenging, especially in regions where healthcare standards may vary significantly. Cultural differences. Understanding and addressing cultural sensitivities and expectations of international patients can be difficult. So, in cases whereby one travels to a foreign country like India for a surgical procedure, they tend to face ethical and cultural difference because you are migrating to another place to do something, and you must be faced with cultural difference or ethical difference when going going through with the procedures. So the next one is competition. The growing global market for health tourism leads to increased competition, making it essential for businesses to differentiate their offerings. Economic fluctuations. Changes in global economic conditions can affect patients' ability to travel for healthcare, impacting demand. Insurance limitations. Many health insurance plans do not cover treatments received abroad, which can deter potential patients from seeking care. So I have discussed these health insurance previously that most Nigerians or the average Nigerian do not have access to health insurance, and the few that have access to health insurance could their health insurance policy could have a caveat that prevents them from seeking health care in a foreign country. So the ethical concerns I have discussed under cultural difference. So the next slide talks about opportunities in health business and health tourism. So these could be seen as the advantages or the importance or the economic impacts of health business and health tourism. So the first one is growing demands. We have technological advancements. We have wellness and preventive care. We have partnerships, government support, enhanced marketing, focus on patient experience. So the first one, growing demand. Increasing cost of healthcare in developed countries create opportunities for health tourism in regions with more affordable services. So the growing demands of healthcare facilities or services has led to has led to the promotion or the uprising of various destinations with probably much more affordable services. The next is technological advancements. So innovations in telemedicine and health technology can enhance service delivery and attract international patients. So if a world-class hospital or a country that is into health tourism decides to advance their technologies, medical procedures, or equipment, it tends to increase or attract international patients, thereby generating revenue for them and making the country a tourist attraction for health. So the next is wellness and preventive care. There is a rising trend in wellness tourism, providing opportunities for businesses to offer holistic health services alongside traditional medical care. So the rising trend in wellness tourism has led to provision of opportunities in sectors that deal with wellness services such as resorts, spas, or physio, or organizations, or let's say clinics or practices that deal with physiotherapy, which are parts of the wellness and preventive care industry. So the next is partnerships. Collaborations with international healthcare organization and travel agency can broaden market reach and improve service offerings. So where we discussed the legal frameworks, we saw something like bilateral agreements. So partnerships in turn lead to bilateral agreements. So these partnerships could be collaboration with international healthcare systems or international hospitals or what have you that provide a certain service. Some hospitals could be in collaboration with an international hospital that provides some certain care that if they cannot offer, if it's not readily available in their hospital, they can easily refer to an international hospital they are in collaboration or in partnership with for health tourism. So the next is government support. Many countries are recognizing the potential of health tourism and may offer incentives or supportive regulations to promote it. So it is health tourism is I don't know, we discussed it earlier, I think in the fourth slide, that health tourism, sorry, let me just get the slide. We discussed it in, oh, I can't see it. Talked about the fact that health tourism has impacted in a particular statistic amount. Well, I can't find it now, so let's just keep that. But many countries have now come to know that health tourism is actually a very lucrative form of revenue generation. So they are willing to partner with other countries or willing to fund fund organizations that are ready to bring up businesses or hospitals or centers, what have you, that targets the health tourism market. So the next we should discuss is enhanced marketing and focus on patient experience. So focus on patient experience, emphasizing personalized care and recovery experience can differentiate health business, can differentiate health businesses and enhance patient satisfaction, leading to positive referrals. So the fact that organizations or hospitals that are tourist centers for health tourism, for health tourism, sorry, please, a minute. Yes, okay, so centers for health tourism tend to emphasize personalized care. They really make sure they are good at what they do and they provide top-notch service, which in turn leads to continuous referral from their patients. So I'll just use what is let's say in vogue now, gastric sleeve, which is weight loss surgeries. So I believe there is a country I do not know the exact country, but there are some Western countries that are really specialized in that area. So the fact that they are specialized in it and they carry out their services efficiently leads to many more referrals from patients to other people, which in turn creates an influx in the market or creates a high demand or creates higher revenue generation because they try to focus on patient experience. So the next we should discuss is enhanced marketing. So effective marketing strategies, including online presence and patient testimonials, can attract a global clientele. So I believe that these two opportunities are intertwined because it's all in the effective care that has been given in the hospital. So if a hospital gives effective care, in turn affects the patients, and the patient thereby become a process of or become a channel to market the health tourism business, and thereby providing testimonials which in turn attracts global clientele. So that is it for health business and health tourism. Yes, we have discussed what health business is, we have discussed what health tourism is, and we have discussed health tourism as an international trade, countries in health tourism, relationship between health business and health tourism, the legal frameworks guiding it, challenges and opportunities of health business and tourism. Thank you very much. I've come to the end of my presentation.
Oh, thank you very much, Ogene Rono, for
Rona.
that one. Rona, for that presentation. You did very well highlighting your points, and though quite lengthy, it was actually interesting, and we were able to listen to everything. Thank you so much. Mr. Ebenezer is here with us. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. We're happy to have you in class. Sir, we just want to give you the floor, sir, to give your feedback to the presentation and also what you have for us as pertaining to this class.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Firstly, let me apologize for joining the call late. Shortly before the class, there took light, so I checked my gen and discovered there was no fuel. Or rather, the fuel wasn't enough, so I had to go get fuel the first few minutes before. That's one. Then in between the call, network did their thing. I had to log out and come in again. But on the whole, I want to state that this is the second best research we have had. There are key things I am looking out for. When she was making her presentation, I was looking out to hear whether or not she's going to talk about inbound and outbound medical tourism. And immediately she captured that, I knew that the research was thoroughly done. For me, there is no much thing to be added other than that I'm going to send you people a video recording. I have requested for that video for them to cut out that part. Between the 28th and 30th of September of August, I was in a conference organized. It was All African Wellness and All African Wellness and Medical Exhibition Conference. So I was one of their guest speakers. And what the essence of that conference was basically medical tourism, but it was promoting outbound tourism because they brought in hospitals from Egypt, hospitals from Tunisia, hospitals from Morocco to Nigeria. Those hospitals came and made presentation. They also had medical equipment manufacturers who were on ground to make their presentations market their newest innovation and all that. That's on the one hand. Then, just last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that ended 2 days ago, I was in another conference, which was still on health tourism. The other one was promoting health tourism. The one that happened just last weekend was reverse. In fact, that was the theme, reversing medical tourism. And I also served as one of their speakers for the conference. This one was organized by Afri Health Foundation. Now, one of the presenters for that the second conference is the Vice Chancellor of Federal Medical Institute, Otukpo. I have requested for a clip of his video, of his presentation, because it was robust and elaborate, tracing the history of medical tourism to where we are today. So while he was making his presentation, I just made up my mind that his presentation is going to be our course content, our lecture for today is going to be the course content. So I have requested for the video. Within the week, Tuesday, I've been promised by Monday, Tuesday, I should have it. So I've asked them to cut out that portion. I'm going to post it here for you to go through, just listen to it. Then I will also request for his material, the slides. If he grants it, I will also post it here. Then there's a video I shared last time on India. When I stumbled on that video, India said they granted over 2 million visas for medical tourism. My head cannot comprehend that. That in 1 year, more than 2 million people visited India for medical tourism. That is on one hand. Then I think that should be early July, first week of July. One of my juniors in the university walked in to my office. He had returned from India. I knew he was in India, but I didn't know he went for hospital treatment. Until he came back, I understood the extent of what he went through. Now, I'm telling this story so that you understand why people go for medical tourism. You will see all those other reasons in Prof's presentation. Now, this guy had a challenge. Went to hospital here in Abuja. They were telling him, come today, come tomorrow, examine him, eventually carried out a procedure and told him that after the procedure, he's going to be confined to wheelchair for the rest of his life. Then at the end of the day, he got better. One. Later, the thing collapsed again, that the hospital that attended to him here could not do anything. They referred him to Turkish hospital here in Abuja. He went to Turkish hospital to make inquiry so that they can fly him to Turkey for him to get treated. Listen to the next thing I'm about to say. The Turkish doctor told him that this type of your case, we have conquered it in my country. This type of your case, complication, it does not exist in Turkey. Did anybody hear what I just said? Hello?
Yes, sir, we did.
Yes, sir.
The Turkish doctor told him that this type of your case it's not you can't find it in Turkey because we have conquered it. We only read it on textbooks. You are the very first person I'm seeing with my eyes that has this issue. So Turkey will not be the best destination for you. I will recommend you go to India for two reasons. One, India has the population. India is over 1 billion people. One, so with that population, they would have come across all manner of diseases. Two, India still has a lot of development issues to grapple with. Three, India is a world medical tourism hub. So it is possible if they did not treat from their own people, they would have treated from people from other nations of the world coming to India for treatment. So go to India. And the guy processed, went to India, and he was given a presidential treatment. The day they finished the surgery, corrected his spinal cord, and discharged him the following day. He was surprised. He asked, why are they discharging him? They say, when we operate on you, you leave the hospital so that you do not get infected with some diseases within the hospital environment. So they took him to a secluded area. Now, why am I telling this story? That there are different reasons why people go for medical tourism. One of such reasons is expertise. This same element, the guy, the man, when he came to my office, he walked in, not on wheelchair. Two, when I was going upstairs, before I went upstairs, I said, okay, my office is upstairs, but let's sit here. He said, no, let's climb the staircase. In fact, it is exercise for me. Now, he said it is exercise for. It's the same person they told in Nigeria that he cannot walk with his two legs for the rest of his life. And this young man is a lawyer. He was already preparing his mind to be confined to wheelchair. Today, he's walking about. Second reason why people go for medical tourism, it is firstly tourism, to change the environment, to see things, to view from another perspective. Three is attitude of our healthcare professionals towards patients. They are not, I will also send you people my own clip. I will send Prof contribution because he spoke specifically on medical tourism. That was his presentation. Then, as one of the panels I participated in, I spoke on how we can reverse medical tourism because that was the theme of the conference. So I'm going to send you Prof's video. I'm going to send you my own video on the panel. So the point is this, that we can reverse medical tourism if we can get developed countries to come here. On the first conference I attended, the one by Wellness Africa, I spoke to the Egyptian guy. I said, why don't you people bring your hospital to Nigeria instead of taking it out of Nigeria? Instead of getting people from here to pay, go to Egypt to get treated, why don't you bring your hospital in Nigeria, put it here, then let it serve Ghana, let it serve Cameroon, let it serve Benin Republic, and all the surrounding West African countries. Then when I engaged with the Moroccan lady, she told me that she's actually based in Senegal because they have their hospital in Senegal, serving sub-Saharan Africa. Now, the challenge, what are the challenges with medical tourism? One serious challenge with medical tourism is organ harvesting. Human trafficking have crept into that sector. Now what's it called? The chances are slim, but it is not ruled out. Secondly, is that there could be fraud in the sense that most Nigerians they work through agents to get connected to the hospital. So there are people who have directories of hospitals in India specializing in different ailments. The beauty of what is happening in India is that they are doing specialization. So if it is cardiology, this hospital is known for heart-related issues. Take the patient to this hospital. What they do here is cardiology. If it is spine, what they do here is spine. If it is cancer, what they do here is cancer. And these are mega hospitals. It is not like we have here an all-comers affairs situation, like our big tertiary facilities where you have different work. But there, these hospitals are specialized hospitals. So you now have agents who have their contacts and use it as a business. So you can now see the nexus between medical tourism and health business. Apart from equipment manufacturing, apart from equipment manufacturing, you have the people who are into travel agency. You have the people. In fact, the Egyptian man told me that if we can connect him to any hospital in Nigeria, the agreements to be drawn up, I am going to write the agreement. Now, if that happened, beyond being a legal document, it is also a business for me now. So there is a value chain. There are different aspects of medical tourism business or different aspects of health business. So one can be an agent connecting patients to hospitals abroad. You can just choose your destination. People also go to Lebanon for treatment. I know somebody who went to Lebanon for fertility treatment. So that is tourism. But I do not want you to zero your mind to outbound. Medical tourism also happens internally, inbound. If somebody travels from Kaduna to Lagos for a surgery, that is medical tourism. Basically, leaving your location, primary place of residence or base or location, to another place to seek medical treatment. So it is either happening within, inbound, or outside, internationally, outbound. Then I even met a doctor. There's a doctor in Lekki. He came for this second conference I attended. What's the name of I have the even just before me. I'll post it. Glory Wellness and Regenerative Center. I will drop it on the platform now. That's their flyer from the second conference I went for. Now, this man says with their medication, which are basically stem cell, they reverse seemingly irreversible healthcare challenges. For example, stroke. He's saying that they can reverse 2 years old stroke. That the patient has suffered stroke for 2 years. Once the patient gets in contact with them, there are there are supplements they are going to give. He mentioned stroke, he mentioned arthritis, he mentioned loss of memory, and other age-related illnesses. That with stem cell, in fact, he said for the arthritis, they will just go to the joint the area the person is experiencing the pain, and just inject the supplement directly to the system. Within days, the person gets well. Now, this is solid healthcare business. We have talked about telemedicine the other day, and the advantages and disadvantages. You needed to be there to see the array of medical equipment manufacturers. They had the I saw the CMDs of more than 6-7 hospitals. The CMD of Ibadan, University of Ibadan Teaching Hospital was there. The CMD of the biggest hospital in Africa, in West Africa now, that is still under construction, Federal Teaching Hospital in Newi. The CMD, Professor Joseph Obwaja, he was there in person. The chairman of all CMDs, who is currently the CMD of University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, he was there. Now, you needed to see the different equipment manufacturing companies that were on ground. That is healthcare business. But the challenge is regulation. So if you talk about regulation, we'll begin to look at Standard Organization of Nigeria, because beyond their manufacturing, they also manufacture consumables, beyond the equipment, beyond the machines. So what is the standard of the equipment that is coming into Nigeria? What is the standard? Even pharmaceutical companies, they are in healthcare business. What is the standard of medications that come into Nigeria? So when you talk regulation for healthcare businesses, firstly, you start with Standard Organization of Nigeria for equipment. For drugs and other medications, you talk about NAFDAC. Medical and Dental Council, you also talk about the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Medical and Dental Council, they are coming in is maybe when you are bringing in foreign doctors to teach, because basically they regulate doctors. Yes, not the business of medicine. So I need us to draw that dichotomy between what Medical and Dental Council do. They do not regulate hospitals. They do not regulate the business of medical practice, so to speak. They regulate doctors, the professional practitioners. So if you now practice your business, you now practice your profession wrongly, that is where Medical and Dental Council comes in. Is that clear, please? Hello? Can I be heard?
Yes, sir, it's clear, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So without wasting much of our time, just wait for me between Tuesday and Wednesday. You have the materials. But in the interim, if there are questions, ask now. If there is none, Tuesday, go through the materials, listen to the video recording, and forward your question on the platform. I will attend to it. Thank you very much. In the interim, just check your WhatsApp platform. I am dropping the flyer of this Glory Wellness Depot. Then I will just drop a few pictures that I took on both conferences. I will check the clip whether I will ask for a video recording of the first one, which was outbound. Then the second one, I have requested for the second one, which is reversing medical tourism in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that session from you. We really, really sincerely do appreciate everything that you do for us. So like Mr. Ebenezer has said, sorry, like Mr. Ebenezer has said, he will be leaving a link to a video, or he'll be dropping a video to the group, which has a detailed of what we are supposed to treat in class on health business and health tourism. So please kindly pay attention to some of the activities that will be going on in the group, so that you don't miss out on the informations that will be sent out. So in light of this, we'll be taking questions. So please, do we have any questions from the mentees? Do we have questions at all?
Yes, I have a question, please.
All right, Blessing, please go ahead.
Okay, ask your question, please.
Thank you so much, Saib. So, please, I want to ask, how does health tourism cause human trafficking? You mentioned that one of the challenges is human trafficking. Like, I'm still trying to
Yes.
figure out how it
Okay.
relates to this.
Okay, beautiful. Let me answer the question. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Have you experienced where people are traveling? Someone is going abroad, maybe for a conference, and he says, does anybody want to go? Bring money, join me. So that when I pass, you will go as if you're going with me. When you get there, you find your way. Have you heard something like that?
Okay, yes. Heard something.
You said?
Yes, I have, like, maybe that to enter illegal, right?
Yes, to enter the country legally. Have you heard something like that?
Yes, sir. Yes, I've heard.
Okay, that's exactly what happens. And that is human trafficking. So some people, some agency will say, okay, Mr. A is going to India for treatment. Mr. B is going to US for treatment. I am processing a visa for Mr. B. So do you want to come as part of his family member? Then they process you, add you to the team, but you have no business there. Then once you get there, you disappear. What do you call that?
Thank
Hello?
you. That's human trafficking, sir.
Exactly. So that is the
Thank you.
danger. That is where the government needs to improve its surveillance. Do you understand? Even our customs and our immigration, because if anything goes wrong, it will be traced to the person and sometimes the patient may not know. Do you get it? Then sometimes because of money, okay, this guy, I told you people his story, he spent 25 million naira. Somebody dashed him 25 million naira. His former boss just said, guy, what's your problem? He sent him 2 tranches, sent 13 million, they sent 12 million initially. Then later, when the surgery was supposed to be done in Nigeria, later he sent 13 million. Everything is 25 million naira. Now, some people who do not have this money, they begin to look for help. It's okay, how much? Okay, can he give us XYZ amount? Let him join now. He pays the money. That is in this instance, the patient might be aware, or the family of the patient might be aware, because sometimes the patients that need to be flown are in critical condition. It's the family that is running around for money, and sometimes these offers come. Okay, he's going to give you people 100 and the 200 and the 500, 1 million. Okay, you even need this money for your treatment. Can you? So that is a serious challenge. Another challenge with another disadvantage of outbound medical tourism, of course, is capital flight, because the money that is supposed to be in our system is taken abroad, is taken away to another country. Even if it is Benin Republic now here, even if it is Ghana here. Now, sometimes these monies, they charge in dollars. So you see that it is so much funds that is taken out of the country. Another risk is organ harvesting. Sometimes the cost of procedure, the person is opened up, they can harvest one of his kidney. The person is not aware until the person comes back and something, okay, there's an issue, and the person goes to check and discover that he has only one functional kidney. So these are challenges. Now, within Nigeria, what are the causes, or what steps can the government take to reverse medical tourism? Because we are just talking about it, learning it, but we should take steps to reverse it. Now, it will shock you that in the 60s, Dubai used to come to Nigeria for treatment. Research it. That Nigeria used to be medical tourism hub for other countries. And today, the reverse is the case. So if we want to reverse medical tourism, firstly, the government should look into power. Now, this is my submission at the conference, or this was my submission at the conference. The government should look into infrastructure, because we are talking about 24 hours power supply here. If we are going to have medical tourism let me say, if we are going to reverse medical tourism such that people from other countries come into Nigeria for treatment, you are going to need to have 24 hours power supply, such that whatever test that requires to be done is done as and when due, and you do not wait for power to come on before you carry on the test, or you do not wait for them to go and turn on the generator. So if we are going to depend on alternative power source of power, then that alternative source of power has to be made drastically affordable for people, drastically low. What is the cost of diesel today? What is the cost of fuel today? Now, if you want to do solar, what is the cost of a solar that can power a huge facility like a hospital? Or even if you want to put it for their laboratories only. So infrastructure is key. 2, security. Security is key. That when people are coming, if Nigeria is safe for people to come in and go out. We have improved, particularly in our private hospitals, and advancement in technology. We have improved. It's not all that bad. Good things are happening within the healthcare sphere in Nigeria. Do you understand? A lot of technological advancement. Our people are doing awesome job, but these are happening in private hospitals, privately owned hospitals. Then the cost of people in hospitals, the cost. So the government has to step in with healthcare financing. We have a Bank of Agriculture, we have Bank of Industry, we have no bank for healthcare. Now, it is interesting to note that healthcare is neither in the concurrent list or exclusive list. The exclusive list is where the government, the federal government, the National Assembly, has rights solely to legislate. The concurrent list is where both the national, the central government, the federal government, the National Assembly, and the state government have rights to legislate. Health is not in the exclusive legislative list. health is not in the concurrent legislatively. Now, health is under Chapter 2 of the Constitution, which is not justiciable. So, you see that to a reasonable extent, the government, through the Constitution, have actually withdrawn itself. Because if it was under concurrent, it should even be under concurrent list, where the federal and state governments have equal legislative powers there. So there is need for us to have healthcare finance system. We are not big on health insurance in Nigeria yet. So the cost of getting some medical equipment run into billions of naira. Some medical equipment run into billions of naira. So the government has to somehow step in so that they can help, they can help hospitals to acquire these healthcare equipment. It is when we have solid infrastructure, talking about lights, not just lights, road, pipe-borne water. Then we have a safe environment, security. Then we have healthcare financing system that can empower our hospitals to compete with their peers abroad. Then we can be saying that we are ready to reverse medical tourism in Nigeria. I also met people who are into ambulance importation in this last conference. That's another aspect of healthcare. In fact, I had like a 20 to 30 minutes session with two people, a lady. Her company imports ambulance. Then a gentleman, his company manages ambulance, but they manage locally manufactured ambulance. And this young lady was saying that the young man, they are into land and air ambulance. So if there's an emergency and you need to be flown abroad now with an air ambulance, once you call his number, he will make that arrangement. So, but the lament from both of them was the cost of this equipment. You see, there is need for the government to step in. That is the only way we can reverse medical tourism. As for healthcare business, the business is growing by the day. The business is expanding. There are technological inventions in Nigeria by telemedicine the other day. Proper regulation is still there, because I also met a hospital. I also met a hospital. What they do, they are into telemedicine. When I engaged, maybe they were afraid because I introduced myself as a lawyer. Their head was afraid to engage with me. I wanted to know where their office is. I wanted to know how they recruit their consultants, but the woman wasn't forthcoming. She just said, "Don't worry, our lawyer will talk to you. I will give your number to our lawyer." So it ended there. The bottom line is that healthcare tourism in Nigeria is developing, is growing. Steps are being taken to widen it. However, we still have a lot of challenges to grapple with, one of which is infrastructure, another is security, another is financing. Then, of course, I cannot close this class without talking about the rights of patients. For the rights of patients, assurance of quality care, and the attitudinal change of our healthcare professionals to encourage healthcare tourism within Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for helping us with that question and also adding some extra points to some of what you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I had a call coming in.
Oh, all
so
right.
Go ahead, please.
All right, thank you very much. So please, we'll be taking just one more question. Do we have any other question from anyone? Do we?
Sir, please, I have another question. So sorry.
Please ask your question.
Okay, sir. Please, Nigerian healthcare sector needs to develop more, and we are not talking about the herbal, like the use of herbal medicines, because it will actually attract more people. I think use of herbal medicines will, because that's what they are good. Okay, most people are good at and have strong
medical
herbs.
practitioners.
Yes.
You are talking about medical practitioners. The challenge with medicine, okay, let me tell you, medicine is good. It is good because it is good rather if properly researched, harnessed, and packaged. China is big on medicine. What India does is a mixture of trado and conventional medicine. But the difference is this: they have submitted their traditional medicine to many years of scientific refinement. They have subjected it to many years of tests. They know how to extract whatever, whatever component, active ingredients they want from plants. They have studied these plants over the years. Now, they have even packaged it such that they can export. Ours here, it's not as if there are no regulations. There is regulation. But the challenge is that the regulation is not strong enough to ensure that everybody who is a medical practitioner undergoes training, formal training. By formal training, I do not necessarily mean going to university, no, but undergoing formal training as to production, as to submitting themselves to standardization. Do you see them have even dosage? We don't know the components. Now, research has revealed that even these people who hawk agbo, you hear people say they take this agbo and it relieves pain. Research has shown that what some of them do is that they get a high painkillers and mix it with this agbo such that once a person takes it, you have almost instant relief. But is it not dangerous? So the challenge with our trado medical practice remains proper regulation. I will not say absence of regulation. No, there is regulation, but proper regulation, both at the state, federal, and local government level. 1, 2 is they too need to present themselves, come together, present themselves in such a way that they will be taken seriously. All these things that this lady carry and hawk about in motor parks, subject it to NAFDAC test. What is the name of the active ingredients? Have you seen a label on those things? There is no label. They too, they don't even know what they are concocting together. So the challenge with Trado that has made us not to be too forward in presenting it is that here, our own Trado, of course, there are a few exceptions. Our own has not been subjected to thorough scientific process of production. So there is no consistency in dosage. There is no consistency in the active ingredients. We do not even have a list. We do not have a label telling us the components. But if you pick a trado medicine from India, then you will see the active ingredients, you will see the components, you will see the percentage of each ingredient. So they can reproduce that 1,000 times because the process and procedure is there. But here they will tell you, just take this leaf, boil it for 2 hours. Mix it with this one, boil it for 3 hours. Take 3 spoons, morning, afternoon, night. What is the component? What's the chemical component? That is what we are asking for. Do you understand me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
we are not dismissing traditional medicine in its entirety. No, we are saying that we need proper regulation so that we can now put it on the mainstream. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for helping us with that question. So, in the absence of any further questions, right, before we just call it a close to class, please, I would like to ask that for those who have lighting in their background, please, can we kindly turn on our videos so that we can take a quick screenshot and then we can call it a day. All right, thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Thank you, Mr. Sampson. Thank you, Ogene Rona. All right. All right, we're done. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of
When
today's
I
class.
send my video, I am going to ask you some questions on that video. So while you are preparing your own questions, look out for my own question. Answer them on the group. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, so once
You're
again,
welcome.
please kindly ensure to pay attention to the group and to the video that Mr. Ebenezer will be sending. With that, we've come to the end of today's class. Please do not forget to share what you've learned in today's session. Do not also forget to tag our mentor, share our flyers for the GC Legal Free Clinic, and also spread the word. Good night, everyone, and please enjoy the rest of